Okay, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I made a video, so let's get it right into it. So for some time now, I've been wanting to start a business that's majorly on ISP. So I've decided to code one system. So let's get into it. So I got myself AI Pro, Google AI Pro. So that allowed me to use anti-graffiti with some extended model limits and extended tokens. But you can see that I've already hit the base uh, base base model quota for the week, so I can't use anti-gravity till that 20th. But so far so good. This is what I've managed to get, or to go to code with it, to vibe code. So let's take a look at the system that I've developed here. So when you go to localhost here, let's spin the server. You can see that we have expenses. It's like a system that tracks your digital earnings. If you have a cyber, you can track expenses and profit, revenue, and all that. So you can add jobs. Let's say I got a new job, like client name optional and all that. Let's say service type, you need to add services, and what type of payment, is it cash or M-Pesa. So let's add services, new job, uh, services. So to add services, let's access the Django admin panel. Let's go to the admin side. You can see that we have services. We can add services. So let's say we are printing, and default price, let's say 10 bob per page. Printing per page. Save. So when you refresh here, I think we should get a new service here. Yes, printing, client name, and all that. So let's say cash, status, paid, and save. So let's give it something like this. Save. Amount 10 bob. So let's say this guy, we have printed 5 pages, so that's 50. Save. So our earnings will reflect on dashboard. Yes, so net profit and all that. So let's say now we have vouchers now for Wi-Fi. So my main system is not even this income tracking, so it's these vouchers here. So for if I'm selling, let's say Wi-Fi, so I generate vouchers. Somebody comes and pays, let's say 20 bob, you give the person a voucher. So let's say generate vouchers, you'll need to select plans. So let's select plans, let's create plans. So new plan, let's say for 1 hour, 1 hour duration, that's 60 minutes. Price is equal to 20 bob. So that's active plan right now. You can also set a new plan for, let's say 24 hours. Then let's give it a price of around 50. duration, that will be, is it 1000 and something, will be 24 hours, that will be 1440. Save. So we have two plans now, 1 hour and 24 hours. So when we want to sell vouchers, we can generate vouchers for 1 hour. How many do we want? Let's say we are getting around 10 clients per day, so let's generate. So now we have these vouchers here. Then you can sell this. If someone gives you money, sell. It will only be active if it's sold. So buyer's name, optional number, and also confirm. Say that confirm I want to sell. So this is the voucher access code. So now it's active. If the person wants to click on that, it will allow him to access the Wi-Fi for that period of time. That's 1 hour. So 1 hour, but MikroTik signs failed. So it assumes that I'm using MikroTik Wi-Fi. It failed because the backend is not configured to any router right now. So but if it were configured to a router, it will definitely work. So that's it. We have vouchers. So that's the voucher side. Then we have the 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 best part I was working on with this anti-gravity and vibe coding and all that. I have this side where it just look crazy, man. Captive. You've seen those Wi-Fi systems whereby you just log in, it brings that question mark on your phone, you click, it gives a portal, select the price you want and all that. So that's what I've been trying to achieve here. So it's called captive portal. So let's take a look. So when you go /Wi-Fi, it will bring up this page. So you want to connect to that public hotspot, you can select plan now, continue, then you input your number because it's going to trigger M-Pesa. You pay with mobile money. So once you put your number and you pay, it will trigger now your prompt on your phone. Just make the payment and you'll be able to access the Wi-Fi. So for this, I'll need to change something here in the backend because the callback from Safaricom needs us to be exposed to the internet. So let me go and expose the local port to the internet. So doing that, we are using Ngrok. So just run Ngrok http 8000. It will going to give you this link now. So you can use this link to copy link address. So we need to add this to allowed host. So let's check allowed host here. I'm going to show you allowed host. So I'm going to show you allowed host. I think there's nothing wrong with my env. I'm just going to show you this, just the database string from Postgres. So no worry about from Supabase. I'll change that just for tutorial purposes. So this callback URL here, let's change this callback URL, paste this, then you need to call it out that it's M-Pesa /callback. Then we need to change this allowed host. Change this allowed host. Then it doesn't have this HTTPS and all that, just remove that. The environment is Sandbox. So let's refresh the server and give it a spin so that it fetches new environment variables. Going to do that and run server. So it's spinning up a little bit. I think it's okay. So once we have that, you can just input the phone number. Let's just refresh and select the package. So you can just input the phone number here and pay. So this has triggered an M-Pesa on my phone. I just click on to make payment and enter my M-Pesa pin. So I've made the payment. It has gone through. So you can see that the payment has gone through and the backend has received the payment and it has confirmed you are online. Your payment was received and your device is connected automatically. So start browsing. So it opens a Google page and all that. So this the system that just managed to work on. Still a work on progress. So I'll see that you need to configure MikroTik IP, MikroTik user, MikroTik password. So this allows us to communicate the backend, which is Django, to communicate with the router, to authenticate the user and all that. So you can see that the signs failed here because I don't have the hardware right now, MikroTik hardware, to configure it. But let's see let's look at the Ngrok post port. You can see that it received a callback and the status was 200. Okay, so that's really good. I think that's what I've been working on. That's why I've not uploaded some few videos. I'm going to return to my usual AI and all that, but this is what I've been working on.